The American Red Cross needed to train volunteers how to conduct statistical tracking during relief efforts, tracking such as how many meals were served or how many people volunteered. They had been training on this form, Form 5266, in a 3-part, 3-hour webinar that looked like this. They came to Artisan to convert it to self-paced e-learning. Our strategies included putting the information in context with more concrete examples and using visuals wherever possible to explain key concepts. Take these slides for example. Here are several bullet points about when the form is filled out and what the deadlines are. If you are sitting in this webinar, you are trying to sort through these bullets to find meaning. Instead, we used visuals to make the point more quickly and more clearly. The Form 5266 is completed every day. What counts as a day? Each day goes from 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. So, if you feed someone at 4:45 p.m., that person would be counted on that day's form. If you feed someone at 6 o'clock, that person would go on the next day's form. And the form is due every night by 11:59. You can see that this visual animated design makes the information easier to process and remember than the original design. One of the performance issues identified by subject matter experts was the concept of period and to date. On the surface, this is a simple concept. If you provide 2,000 items previously and 100 today, the reporting period, then 100 is for the period and 2100 would be the new to date number. But some items aren't counted that way, and it was causing mistakes on the form. But rather than explain it this way, we wanted to use a concrete example that would once again be easier to understand and easier to remember. If you gave out 5 kits today, that's the period. Your previous to-date number was 2. So your new to-date number is 7. 5 plus 2 equals 7. But some items are considered individual instead of cumulative, such as vehicles and people who volunteer. Let's say you had 2 people volunteer today, which is the period. Your previous to-date number is 3. But one of those people is the same. So is that person counted again? The way this form works, no. Each person would only ever be counted once in the to-date column, so in this case, 2 plus 3 is actually 4. Throughout the project, we worked with subject matter experts to make sure the information was clear, the examples were concrete, and that the overall tone made the form seem easy to fill out instead of confusing and intimidating. The course was a breath of fresh air for volunteers who, to be honest, probably weren't too excited about taking a 3-hour course on a form. And key stakeholders did note that errors went down as a result of the training.